So this air cleaner comes off with 3 screws, one here, and one underneath that actually is, the head was stripped out of it, and so I got it out with pliers, so we're looking to see if we have a spare one laying around the garage. We're going to take that off first. Alright, so just got the air box off, a little bit dirty inside the box, and the air cleaner is pretty dirty itself, and it looks like I used like some one of those synthetic type oils in this last time. Anyway, so I got to take that out, and we're going to clean it up with the air filter cleaner. Alright, so when we take this out, this synthetic stuff is really hard to clean. It doesn't clean off with soap and water. So you always wear gloves because it's a lot easier to clean up. And just pull this out of here. Now you'll notice, maybe this is why it wasn't running so great. That's not good, but at least the air filter did what it's supposed to do and caught all that nasty stuff. So we've got to get all this mud and yuck out of here and clean this air cleaner up. This particular one, you want to use whatever oil you used in here. Normally you want to use the corresponding cleaner, and in my case I've got some no oil that I'm using here. In this case I've used non-synthetic stuff too, which also works, but the way this works is you put some of this powder on and get it in some water, and this powder has a reaction with the oil and cleans it out. So this can be a little tedious, takes a while, but this is how you do it with this one. So obviously you follow whatever instructions on your oil and cleaner. The interesting thing about this reaction, when it reacts with the oil like this, it gets really hot. It's actually burning my hands. So you gotta be careful, you don't want to tear this. So you never want to wring like an air filter. You always just squeeze it.
That's actually pretty good.
Looking a lot nicer now, huh? Well, I know there's still oil and yuck in there because I can feel the heat from the reaction of this powder with the oil. Oop, big turd in there.
Whoa.
Pretty good, huh? Okay, so now we want to let this dry, and you can let it air dry, or you can blow it out with the air compressor. You want to do a really good job of this. You don't want any water in it when you put it. So while that air cleaner is drying, there's a lot of different kinds of oil you can use in your air filters. There's lots of good ones out there. This one just happens to be no-to oil. I've tried several different brands, and all of them seem to work just fine for all the kinds of riding that I do. The synthetic stuff like no-to oil and some of the other ones that are out there, they're a little bit harder to clean up because you do have to buy the special cleaner, and they will not wash out with soap and water, which kind of can be a pain sometimes. But what's nice about that is if you do get water coming through your air cleaner and that kind of thing, it's better at keeping water out of your air cleaner and out of your engine. If you are doing wet environments, it's not a bad idea. And it stays moist longer than like a conventional oil would. One of the ways I used to do it growing up, and still do it on some bikes as well, sometimes I just don't want to mess with the special cleaner. If you clean your filter out with soap and water and dry it out just like we did, and then just use like gear oil, that works as well. you're going to use the same procedure I'm going to show you in a minute with the no toil. You're going to soak the filter element with the oil and squeeze it out good. And that works really well as well. Also, what's nice about using something more conventional like a gear oil or something is that it's a little easier to clean up, but it may not offer quite the protection as some of the newer air cleaner oils. Okay, so this particular intake is full of mud and junk and whatever else. And so we're gonna get all that out before we put the air cleaner on. So I'm just gonna gently use a screwdriver to kind of get some of this mud out. Paper towel. You gotta get all that junk out of there, because all that stuff's just gonna get sucked right in your air filter and be dirty before you can use it. Okay, so this is dried out now, so we're gonna put some oil in it. So basically what I've done is this oil comes in a small container, so I put it in a bigger one so that I could dump this. Again, make sure you use gloves with this, you'll never get this off your hands. So this is way too much, obviously. You want to take this and gently squeeze it out back in the bucket. Basically, the goal is to get as much out of this as you can, because you don't want too much, because it just blocks off your airflow through the filter. It's kind of thick, so you squeeze hard and wait. Let it run out. So then I kind of just make sure it's nice and even and there's no spots where there's just way too much. That's about what it looks like. You can see that it's all in. It's squeezed into the air filter. Hopefully it'll let air through. So then this is how this one goes into this bike. Every bike is different. This one's actually a little bit strange to me just because of the horizontal engine design. Everything is not a bike I typically ride. This is my son's bike.
And I'm recording.
Gently put that in there. Really try not to get this oil over anything else, just because it's so hard to clean. That's in there, so then we can put the cover back on. Alright, and there we have it. Air cleaner's all done.